First, yes, you heard the title right. I have a past life where I have beef with Queen Nefertiti, and I haven't shared this story with too many people, but I will share it with you today because I feel like it's going to be healing for me. I'm sorry if the tea is not too hot. I will say I will pull cards in one of the parts just because I also want to see my own tarot reading. This is not to discredit the original creator at all. I just have a past life with Nefertiti and I also wanted to see myself. I will tell you some of the visions that I had of this past life because it is a really it wounded me what happened in this past life and it's been I want this to be so sort of healing for me as well. I do feel like Nefertiti's energy is around me and she does not like that I'm doing this. But who cares? Because I was literally murdered. So um I asked my Kemet family to please be here. Hopefully, you guys can feel Sister Segment and my Kemet Ra, Father Ra, and Bastet to be here and to please protect me as I'm telling you this lifetime. I apologize if it's not super hot tea. However, I did bring my pendulum. I know pendulum is not for everybody, but I have my pendulum to ask yes and no questions, and I do have my own tarot deck that I will be pulling cards to see more of the dynamic. I will say, if you don't want to watch the whole video, it's just a lot of political um, mishaps and mean girl energy. That really is what kind of puts this together. Like if I had to summarize it, it would be that. But these visions came to me in a session I had with another psychic. I will say I've always had connections to Egypt, even when I was a little girl. I love the Mummy, the 1999 version, and my mom will always take me to museums with Egyptian mummies and stuff, and I loved it. I felt like home. And after having these visions, it makes sense. I will say I don't think it's my only life in Egypt, but I've always gravitated to this century, and yeah, I'll let you know my. I don't have too many visions of me and Nefertiti's interactions, but yeah, um, if you know the history, you know they end up doing some things. So keep watching if you're interested. If it doesn't resonate, please let it slide. Please scroll away. I have been very hesitant to share this story because I feel like people are gonna think I'm egotistical. She's a historical figure. Blah blah blah. I don't care anymore. Let's talk about it. So to start with this lifetime, I was a high priestess of Sekhmet. In fact, I actually feel like Segment wants me to say that I was the head honcho. Yeah, look, the candle literally just like it literally started flickering. I feel like my family was the founders of this temple, and yeah, the founders of the temple, and they run the temple. And some part of my, I feel like I'm the next one in line and I'm being trained to be the head honcho of this temple. And I believe I was. I saw a lot of visions of me. Um, what's the word? I was the one that ran the festivals to, um, contain segments rage. And I did a lot of these festivals, and I did a lot of them in front of the pharaoh and the queen. Um, at the time, I was very proud. I was very powerful, and I was very proud that I was chosen to be basically a member of the government. I was there to aid the pharaoh and the queen, and I would be in, like government conference meetings, and I saw myself there. And that is the first time I noticed that Nefertiti didn't like me. I noticed Pharaoh Akhenaten looking at me, and I remember I was like in the session with the psychic, I was like, "What is going on?" like he's looking at me like in a very such like lustful, let's say lustful and wondering, and I saw Nefertiti kind of sighing and clocking that, and I don't Nefertiti did not want Akhenaten to keep having more wives. And not only that, I'm also a very powerful figure, right? And I asked, why was Nefertiti like this? Why was she so power hungry? And I had a vision of Akhenaten slapping her, which made me have a little bit more of empathy because I have a lot of sadness and anger for this life, and she's such a figure. Like if you click each, you Google Egypt, she shows up. Imagine you're one of the people who helped in your murder, be so beloved by everyone centuries later. Um, but that's just what happened and what needed to happen, and Sigma always guides me through that. But um, so yes, that was the first time I noticed, at least in the visions, that Nefertiti really wasn't liking me. I will say that I never had the hots for Akhenaten. Um, I had my own boyfriend or husband. I can't tell if he was my husband or my boyfriend. And he is my boyfriend in this lifetime as well. We have been in many lives. And he was a son of the high priest of the Ra temple. I think so, yes. Yes, look, I'm itching. So yes, that's confirmation. Itching is confirmation for me. So I saw another time I saw myself with Nefertiti. I was healing her, and because that was my job, I was supposed to be the spiritual healer, um, with segment for them, and I saw myself healing her, and there was a very fiery um energy, and she definitely was like a mean girl, nice. Like I don't in this life I was very pure hearted, and I loved helping people, and I still do. That's been me for sure, but I feel this innocence, but I also feel like, Akhenaten did something so unheard of in Egypt, right? Like there's so many centuries where my family or, priests and priestesses helped the pharaoh, right? So I don't see that coming. I don't see their betrayal coming. Um, and I'm very proud. I also had a vision of when I was told that I was the next in line to work with them, and we had like a whole feast. We were so happy. Um, but I think I was chosen because they could poke holes, right? Because I was naive, and yeah. Go for part two to keep hearing more about my visions in this lifetime as a high priestess of segment where Nefertiti didn't like me, and I will also pull cards into the pendulum in the other part. So go to part two. Sorry if this is long-winded. Yes, so far political angst, mean girl energy, man, girl, I don't want your man. Like I feel like even I felt that in that life. Like, girl, I don't want the king, okay? Like all right, go for part two. And I have a past life beef with Nefertiti, part two. So I knew that it was, well, I didn't know at the time, but when I was doing the session with the psychic I was with, we felt like the Nefertiti and Akhenaten were studying me and trying to gain my trust so then they can overthrow. Because if you don't know the history of Nefertiti and Akhenaten, um, Akhenaten wanted only Aten to be the only god worship. Mind you, what I was feeling is that, ooh, excuse me, confirmation. Mind you, what I was feeling is that Akhenaten and Nefertiti just really wanted more power to themselves, and they were also gonna be an influence to go in this trajectory. In fact, this influence in the government, I actually feel like this is still an organization that still does this to this day to governments. take it or leave it. I don't know. But I saw a vision of the day I was going to be murdered. Basically, 5 years, right? 5 years, Akhenaten let it be normal. In fact, he was just studying us. I'm pretty sure I said no to getting married with him. Did I say no? Of interest? Okay. I'm hearing if he did I just he wouldn't I don't think he would marry me just because of conflict of interest, and it's 222 why I'm saying that. So um I saw the day I was gonna get murdered. Basically, Akhenaten wanted only Aten to be the only god. He was influenced. He wanted more power. She did too. From what I saw, like in the last video, she already felt kind of powerless. I feel like a lot of gossip went on to ruin my reputation. And I know this might sound weird, but I feel like Nefertiti sees the segment high priestesses as but the thing is the um segment's energy is very sexual in nature. Um, the sex was not seen the same in that life. However, I do feel that from her. I felt like the horse from the segment temple, um, which is horrible. I find that very horrible. So basically, here in Akhenaten, they didn't kill me straight up. They basically made a uprising happen in the city. A huge mob happened, and I was stabbed and trampled. And I was stabbed and trampled by the public, the people who I used to heal. Um, and I was betrayed deeply. And I saw a vision of this. So I knew it was going to happen beforehand. And my boyfriend, I do think he survived the mob. I don't know if he survived later on, but he did see my necklaces and stuff in the street, and he knew I was gone. This is very sad for me. This is very sad for me to remember. Um, I feel a lot of betrayal. I feel a lot of betrayal because of who I was. I feel like people were jealous of my power and my relationship with the spirits and segment, and because I was head honcho of that temple. Um, and I've been really hesitant to share it with people. I always felt like people thought I was going to be egotistical, especially because in this life, I'm not. I mean, I do work with segment, but I'm not um who I was, I guess. And let's ask the cards and maybe the pendulums. I'm sorry, I got so sad. I hate recollecting my death and the death of my sisters, and the statues were ruined, and it was over for me in the segment temple. And I have a lot of rage and anger. I miss who I was. I feel like I was such a bad bitch. And I miss that. But it is me. It is in me. I'm sorry if this got more somber. But let's pull the cards. Let's see, why was Nefertiti so jealous towards me? And if I can channel any more tea of how she used to treat me. I know I've kind of felt her energy around me. She definitely didn't want me to paint her in a bad light. She feels very narcissistic, very egotistical. But I mean, you're literally the queen. I guess I can understand a little bit. No, too much. You know what? I feel like I have heart and joy and family and community. I don't feel that from her. I don't feel like she felt like she had a choice. So she just went with it full throttle. Um, let's hope I have more visions of what happened. And I can channel more while we do the tarot. Um, yeah. I feel like saying it now feels so silly, because especially because people online talk about past lives like disconnected from who they were, but like I felt everything so deeply. I felt my excitement. I felt the way I used to heal, at least Nefertiti, the way I used to heal her, the way I used to care, the way I was so excited, and then the huge betrayal, not just from her, but from everyone I loved and cared for and I healed. And it was like they were so excited to kill me. So let's start. Let's clear the energy a little bit. All right. Benevolent guides, sister segment, Two of Cups. Getting away of a relationship. I'm telling you. I'm too close to the king. I I keep wanting to say king. Maybe that's how we felt back then, king instead of pharaoh. I'm too close. Too close for comfort. Okay, let's see as well. Oh yeah, not happy from you know. Okay, segment, sister segment, Kim and family. Please tell me about. I keep feeling like whispers, like I feel like she was mean girl, like a mean girl. I'm telling you, like oh the pieces of segment and then spreading it, like conniving but being nice to my face. Yeah, creating conflicts in the temple, political political violence. What I just put political incline. This, you know, a part of Nefertiti was kind of like, um, why are you taking this personal? Like me as now, I heard her say, why are you taking this so personal? Um, it was just political stuff. So that puts to me who she was in a nutshell. Like, yeah, she was such a mean girl. Okay, segment. Who was Nefertiti to me? And let's say who was she? She came across as nice. She wanted more money. Why do you get to have the money? Why does your temple get to be worshipped? I'm the queen. Let's go for part three. Just heard, and I will never be yours. I feel like Nefertiti really didn't like the fact that he had that he wasn't like the only one. Apple of my eyes, what I just heard. Yeah, to her it was like this is the right thing to do. You guys try to think you're better than us. We know that the only God is acting. This is what we want. We want more power, acting nice, acting fake nice. Fake nice. I'm actually telling you this, but I'm actually thinking that this other thing. I'm actually, I feel like I was very outspoken of what was, um, I feel like I was outspoken. Yeah. How the heck do you have all this power and all this, um, as a woman and and I can only do it through my husband is basically it. Like jealousy that I have more, um, political influence and autonomy a little bit. It's like it seems like you have it all, is what I hear. Like you didn't get to struggle. You're like a nepo baby, basically. But is she okay? So yeah, I didn't see it coming. I was such an easy target, guys. Like literally high priestess, because that's who I was. I was at high priestess of segment, and then the moon came out in reverse. Maybe I was very honest. I feel like I'm honest to the default. That's me still, but like I see that ruffling feathers in the conference room. I see other people other political influencers, not influencers, other political members, kind of being like, like rough. It ruffles feathers. What I'm saying. I feel like men are starting, like men feel a little bit more. It's starting to feel more patriarchal. Like they don't like it. They don't. I see what did she say that she's getting in the way? Yeah, bitching. She's getting in the way of this. Like, what did she say that? Or, oh, like, why do we have to hear her? And okay, but segment has to be respected, right? The old ways. Those are the old ways. Is what I'm hearing. It needed to happen. Okay, yes. Okay, I understand. It was Witch of Cups. Okay, segment. What else do I need to know about Nefertiti? Why do we don't like each other? Why is there so much beef? I'm hearing it's about beauty, it's about power and drive. Guys, I'm telling you, it's because of who I was. Like, because because of who I was. Like, because I have power. I wish it was more tea, but it's like, oh, you're a woman of high regards. You have a lot of money. You know, you were born into wealth. You're a threat. Yeah. Like, would I have, okay, segment by Sarah, would I have had a chance to be like the favorite wife? Is that what it is? Yes, I think so. Yes. Or at least that's her fear. I feel like that's her fear. And also, like, people listen to you more because you're connected to segment. You're something. People fear segment. And also, cheatings were known as promiscuous types, right? No, I just feel like that's part of our magic. Yeah, she sees us as promiscuous whores, prostitutes. Like she sees us as these wealthy. You see how in this picture there's like a lion and the sun? Is there like a ritual I did with her that she just didn't like that was sexual in nature? I feel like there's some, but I'm telling you, it's not. In my perspective, this is like sexual energy is powerful, right? Like if you're spiritual, you understand that. You understand that it's not like this lustful thing, but I don't think she thought that. My okay, benevolent guys, sister segment. Did I flirt with the pharaoh? Did I flirt with the pharaoh? Did I want the pharaoh? Mm-mm. No, I did not. This is my job. This is my job. Like, I am not gonna. It's basically I'm not gonna fuck my boss. Okay, like that is what is giving here. Um, I think he was rude. I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't think he's attractive. I would feel a no. Okay, look at my sister, my mother. Segment's right here. Yeah, no, segment literally came out, and it's the sun in reverse. Hell no. I did not do anything with Akhenaten. I did not want to do anything with Akhenaten. Nefertiti is just fucking crazy. He liked me though. Yeah, he found, oh, I feel like the horrors of Segmet, the Segmet temple, they're always naked and doing weird shit. Is that really her energy? Yo, you know what? I feel like that theory of Nefertiti not really being from Egypt is true because why are you not understanding that these are um traditions? Like I feel like she's not seeing sex and stuff or the segment rituals the same way someone who was born there would. So I actually hypothetically, I guess I don't know, but from what I'm channeling, I do feel like that's right. Like she wasn't really from Egypt because I feel like no, like I feel like you weird people with your weird social rules, your weird temples. I'm just gonna support my husband. We're gonna make our own thing. I feel like she felt like Egypt was not nice to her, so she was just gonna dismantle it and become what she wanted. Yeah, she wanted more power, less the tower. This didn't, yeah, this didn't end up being, it didn't end up like she thought it would, right? Okay, can I ask Benevolent Spirit Guides, sister segment, did Nefertiti get killed because of infidelity? No, no, I don't feel that, guys. I mean, we built this city. They didn't like her. They didn't like her. She was taken out because they didn't like her. She killed so many people. She dismantled the old gods. I don't even feel, I feel like people are like, you're not even from here. Who the fuck are you? Um, you did all this pain. I feel like also I feel like there's karma for doing this to us. And it's not just my temple. They did it to temple of Isis. They did it to all the old gods. They only wanted Aten, which I felt like in that past life I was like, well, Aten is Ra. Like four of I have past life beef with Queen Nefertiti. This right, we've been doing this the tarot spread. So the first video was my visions that I've had, and then two or three are also, I think they're the tarot stuff. Um, I feel like since getting the tarot, it got kind of juicy. She wanted to be the only wife. Power couple, only wife, perfect life. This is what I just heard. Yes. Yes. None of y'all anymore trying to take her power or influence. I'm the queen. I'm the king. But however, okay, I don't think that and I kind of feel her energy a little bit. Um, okay, I don't think she was murdered because of infidelity, but I do think she had a lover that was not just Akhenaten. Yes. Yes, I feel like that's true. But like in that vision I saw, Akhenaten wasn't that nice to her, remember? Like he was I what I saw was him slapping her. I think I'm doing the right thing. I think I'm bringing balance. I don't care about you. You okay? Benevolent guides and sister segment. Did Akhenaten want to marry me? Like Did he want to marry me? Because I know I didn't. Yeah. Money, though. Money related. Right? Because I keep coming out as the Queen of Pentacles. I have power. You have power. It makes sense to me. Let's make an alliance. But then, it was like you have too much power. And actually, maybe Nefertiti is right. And actually, Aten is the only god. So, and I'm the son of this god. So, bye, guys. Like, fuck y'all. Like, I'm tired of these people telling me that this god wants this, that this other god wants this. I cannot even hear those gods. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, I'm channeling. Um, I can't even hear those gods. This is the pain. I want to do whatever the heck I want. Yeah, I want to have whatever options I want. I want to go in whatever direction I want without feeling like these extra burdens from my political members because I'm the true king and I'm the son of the Aten. And I also feel like a part of their downfall, it is true what the historians say that because he didn't build the city right, the actions, does he regret it? Spirit, does Akhenaten regret killing me and killing the temple of Sekhmet? Like, does Akhenaten regret this? Okay, wait for context. Nah, 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 nope, not one bit. Judgment and the Nine of Cups? No. Like, hello? No. This is like, ha, I finally got what I wanted. I'm comfortable. I don't have to have this woman. In fact, first of all, Wands, fiery, outspoken. I feel like I'm like headstrong, like, no, actually, King, you can't do that in that day because Sekhmet, blah 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 blah. Well, I feel like Nefertiti's like that's how I feel. Like I'm like, actually no, you can't do this because we need to do this festival, this blah blah blah, and I don't think you should do that because blah 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 blah. That's how I'm feeling. And he didn't like that. He didn't like, yeah, I'm happy she's gone. I didn't need that extra burden. I'm walking away from burdens. Um, they wanted my throne, is what I heard. They wanted my power. They wanted my throne. I guess Akhenaten and Nefertiti are very delusional here because I don't. Okay, Spirit, did I want the throne? No. Hermit, no. Did I want the throne? Was I really any? No, no. I love Matt. No, I loved my boyfriend. I just wanted a happy family life with my boyfriend. I wanted to be spiritual leaders of the community who help the community with my husband. Yeah. However, I will say, um, I am a little suspicious of maybe my father. Maybe my father. Maybe, or maybe some other priest or something was in their ear, like, she does want this, she want this. I don't think I did though. I think I just wanted to be with my boyfriend and just have be a piece, be a spiritual family and help the community. How okay, let's put the cards all back. Let's see who I was in this lifetime. Just as a person, and if we can get any more beef between me and Nefertiti, but I think I got what the best I could. Please let me know if you had any more questions. If you found this interesting, um, it does feel kind of weird. Like, damn, she was such a mean girl and judgmental and sneaky, and so many people like worship her, basically. Okay, benevolent guides, sister segment. How was I in that past life? Was I a good person? Okay, I'm a very strong, powerful leader, family woman. I will say I was like head honcho. I think I was. At least for that part of that. Someone of authority. How was I the Queen of Wands? How was I in this life, Spirit Guides? Who was I? How was I? I don't think I was like, um, yeah, oh my goodness. I'm I'm like a family woman. I feel so much sorrow. Oh my goodness. I'm a family person. I'm with my man, with my husband. Do I have a husband? I think my priest boyfriend is my husband. Yes, okay. Yes, I'm feeling yes. So I'm like a family woman. I want to walk away from all these burdens. I don't want this to, I don't feel like I was an unhappy person. I don't think I was a negative person. Um, I felt like things in my life were finally moving forward, and I was walking away from maybe this connection between what I wanted because I want to marry my husband. I don't want the Pharaoh. I have a past life beef with Queen Nefertiti. I believe this is 4 or 5. I'm pretty sure it's 5. Um, I'm in this. Go back to the other videos where I explained who I was, the visions I've seen, and then we started getting on a tarot spread. Um, in this one, I'm talking about who I was. How was I in this past life? Because I don't understand why she was the way she was towards me, except the reading does explain it. My channeling explains it. However, back from that, if you're back from that other video, like I said, I'm a family woman. I feel like there was conflict that I wanted to marry my husband. However, I think I got my way. I think I did get to marry the person I did love. A very powerful manifestor healer. Um, I was very wealthy. However, I don't think I was not generous. I feel very family, community oriented. I feel kind, and I feel like I did struggle with my family dynamics, with the role I was born with, and trying to figure out how to keep like the finances and stuff on track, like keeping everyone. Maybe the popularity. Yeah, I don't know how to. Yeah, I don't want to get away. Yes, I don't want to get in the way of your family life. I don't want to get in the way of the things you think. I just want to be with my person. Now I'm this political person. She thinks she was right. Let me ask, Spirit, Benevolent Guides, does Nefertiti, because we asked if Akhenaten regrets it, he says no. Okay. Does Nefertiti regret killing me? I don't feel. I feel like no, but then like I feel like later in her life she saw things from like a different perspective. Where she might have been put in a place where she also lost her power. No, you were causing money. You were keeping all the wealth. You were keeping money from childish. I'm hearing childish. This was childish. What I did was childish, and I saw you as a threat, no longer worth of an investment towards the king. But now that I don't have the pharaoh, now that Akhenaten died, or they kill him, or I forgot what the history they said. Now that he's gone, and I don't have the wealth and power I had, I I understand. Yes. Now I don't even have allies or backup, basically. She understood, no, she understood later in her life. This is not something she will ever admit. At the time, she was happy. Yes. At the time, yes. We took away all these challenges. My husband's going to get all the money. My husband gets all the power. I'm happy that we killed her off. But later on in her life, this is like something that haunted her, kind of, or an understanding that she was young, naive, and it didn't end up like they thought. And maybe she felt like Sekhmet or the gods cursed her and her husband. Did they kill her? No. I mean, killing me was worth it to her. She's walking away from burdens. She does no longer have to hear about me. She does not longer have to worry about me taking her husband, even though I really don't feel that from this energy that I wanted that man. Um, I mean, have you guys seen a picture of him? Let me put a picture. You want that? You heard how his son of Tutankhamun came out looking like? I don't think I wanted that, sis. I don't think I wanted that at all. Um, is there a weird? It's weird. It's like she really did have my back. Like I feel like there's some realization that I wasn't being fake. That my healing properties were actually very much needed and needed. And it's more like she misses my services, and maybe she saw I was more pure heart. Like I wasn't this get your husband type person. I think when there's also something about her not having sons as well, so the other ones ended up looking better anyways. I do think she did have a bastard. Yes. I do think she did, yes. Guys, I do think that theory that she had a lover and had a bastard son, yes. I feel like this is true. But I don't know if that's the reason why she got killed. Did she get how did she die, Melvin, guys? Burn? Well, could it be burn? Okay. Sovereign. Because Sovereign is like, well, they didn't kill her, but did she die of, oh, okay. Benevolent Guides. Did they kill Nefertiti. No. Segment. Did they kill Nefertiti? I don't think so, but it's giving like being neglectful of her needs, like letting her starve to death, or like not really funding that lifestyle she had. Spirit, did she die? Did they murder her? I'm not feeling that. Did they just? Did she die naturally? Natural causes? That's more of a yes, but it's like it's like okay, where's the sun? Okay, we don't care about her anymore. She just lives in this chamber. Is that type of vibe? Yes. And then she sits there wallowing, remembering, and feeling like she was cursed and she didn't get what she was promised. Okay, I have a past life beef with Queen Nefertiti. Please watch the other videos to learn more of the context. I guess it's gonna be my last question, which is my last question is to know a little bit more about the beef. But I feel like I already got most of it, honestly. Yeah, burp confirmation. Okay. Is there any more past life beef that I can give to you guys between me and Nefertiti? Is there any more past life beef? I don't think so. I feel like I kept her up on a night thinking we were gonna be a power couple with the pharaoh when I wasn't. I feel like he also induced it a little bit. He was having wandering eyes. He probably was like, especially towards the end of those 5 years where he wanted that power to himself. I feel like he also was like, babe, I don't like her if that be, she questions my power too much. She puts limits to my power. They have all this power and influence and money that I deserve. Yeah, I feel like a lot of my beef, a lot of my drama, and part of my downfall is literally the power of fucking gossip and jealousy. Yes, I feel like also the sun is a full card, but I keep being attracted to the sun. Um, yeah, you can be a star too. I'm the only star. I'm the only one with the accolades. I'm the only one who's supposed to have the perfect family. Well, you look like you have the perfect family. This is so exhausting, guys. I hate being in this energy. They hate me. Yeah, you get all this. The people love you. Um, the town people care for you. I don't want you to be the next. I don't know if it's prodigy, but like the next queen. I hate this. I hate that you're in this position. Nefertiti hates me. Okay, how do I feel about these people? Hold up. I already know how I feel about Akhenaten. I did not want that man. That man is just my boss. Okay. Um, and I get what I want. I will say I feel like I am that type of lady. I still am. I'm such a Leo. Um, Maybe they think I was just above the program. And I think I did upset him by marrying who I wanted. I kind of upset. I ruffled some feathers there too. Yeah, yeah. I walked away from an offer because I wanted my family and the man I love. How do I feel about Nefertiti? How do I feel about Nefertiti's spirit guides? At least in that life. I mean, uh, how do I feel about Nefertiti in this life? Maybe hard to please. She is the queen. I did see her. You know how everyone admires her and her beauty, and I do feel like I did admire her. Yes. I did admire her, but she ended up being my demise. I mean, I do think she was a little mean. I saw them as the pinnacle of having a family and being the king and queen, and I was content. And I don't think I saw it. I don't think I saw it really. Besides having that vision, yeah, I didn't know she was spreading all these lies and rumors and gossip. Did I know Spirit? Oh, look, it was a new venture for me of high honor. I don't think I really dislike her. Okay, benevolent guide segment and the sister segment. Did I hate Nefertiti? In that time period. Mm, Um, a little bit. This is not a yes or a no. I think she's just my boss and she can be a little diva. I think that's the energy. Um, did I have beef with Nefertiti? Yeah, that's a yes. um, then Akhenaten like me. Okay, says no. Did he find me attractive? Wait, hold up. Yes. Why did I hear sons? Did I have sons? Did I have sons? I think at some point Nefertiti really got um insecure for not having sons. And maybe I was an option because he was starting to look at other people because she wasn't having sons. But then I was too outspoken and I said no. Did I defy the Pharaoh? Like, did I say no to the Pharaoh? No, I didn't say no. And what happened? Why didn't I? Did I not? Why didn't I marry the Pharaoh? Did I? Is it because I love someone else? I don't know. I feel like it's just some sort of political. I didn't get a straight answer to that. Maybe could I even get married as a high priestess of segment? Yes. No or yes? I can't tell. I mean, I feel like, well, how does the family line keep going if I don't get married, right? But I don't know. That was weird. No, I don't always love the pendulum too much. Could I get married in this life? Yes. Can't tell. I can't tell, guys. Hey everyone, this is the final part to I Have Past Life Beef with Queen Nefertiti. I wanted to answer some questions, address some things, and just kind of like wrap it up nicely. The first question is, how do I know? How do I know I have a past life with her and all the things that I've mentioned in the reading? First is all psychic insight. I've had visions. I've always been interested and gravitated to Egypt ever since I was a little girl. I've always loved learning about the history. And the first time that I really liked was very vivid and I knew exactly what happened was with another psychic. I don't have her information anymore, but she really helped me with that. And Segment also came through and she was like, it's time to remember this, it's time to heal this. So that's how I know my gifts have advanced a lot. So I get information through that my psychic gifts. Take it or leave it. If it doesn't resonate, let it slide, like I always say. So that's to address that. However, I actually didn't do a past life regression, which is which is one of the questions I was asking, like, how can you do this? I was gonna say you can have past life regressions. However, when I went to that session with that psychic, it was to do Reiki on my chakras. This was something that's been stuck in my chakras. So that's how I knew about this past life. However, you can do past life regressions, meditate, have visions, have your benevolent guides. Sometimes you're just not ready to learn about your past life. So it is all in divine timing. So that's to answer that question, how do I know? Psychics. And actually, when I made that first couple three videos, I asked my segment and my Kemet family to be there and for people who were actually psychic to feel them. And one of you guys actually messaged me and everything she and her sister channeled was like 100% correct. Like 100% everything I channeled. And I'm actually going to share some screenshots here. I was, very talented people, and yes, so this is how I know other psychics confirm it for me. I've had visions. Sekhmet came to me and said, yes, this is true. That is how I know I have a past life with Nefertiti. Okay, to answer that question. Second, I don't know how to say this. And maybe I can try to channel another day and do a reading because I'm kind of getting ready to go out. But I'm sorry, guys. I don't think every single one of you that says is Nefertiti is you are Nefertiti. Like I am so sorry. I find it very upsetting that a couple of you commented, I was Nefertiti. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Um, like I'm sorry, guys. I don't think 5, 10, 20 people um can be Nefertiti unless she split her soul. Maybe she has that many soul fragments. Um And I know that's gonna ruffle some feathers. I already feel like negative energy coming towards me. I'm sorry. And if you are, I still didn't fuck with I still didn't like it. I will say by the end of the reading, I did hear forgive me. And I know Segment wants me to forgive. I also wanted to say, I'm sorry for all the misspellings I did on her name and the title. Like it is not consistent at all. And if you're on YouTube watching this, I am so sorry. I filmed everything on TikTok. It was the win of the moment. Again, I have a lot of sadness and resentment, and I wanted to get it out. Because so many people see Nefertiti as this huge role model, and it just pisses me off to see that I've been erased from history and that all my memories are basically buried in the sand. And I don't know if, like the last segment statues were they the ones that I made to order. Um, and my memory is buried forever. And I had such a passion for being a high priestess of segment. I feel good. I feel like I needed to share this. I feel better. I feel like I shouldn't put myself small. Like, I don't care if some people think I'm egotistical or they're jealous that I was the leader of the segment temple at that time period. I mean, look what it got me. It got me murdered. So, just joking. But yes, guys, I wanted to complete it. I'm so sorry. My friends are like, "Are you ready? You need to come over." So yeah, this is the finale. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. I'm so grateful for the people who channeled for me, who confirmed, that I wasn't just BSing, that I did have this past life with her, and who accepted me and my role at that time, who didn't come to me with thinking that I was trying to make them jealous or a power move or anything like that. It felt nice to finally get it off my chest. And I'm super grateful for people who know, who told me like you don't have to carry this in any more lifetimes. That sadness and betrayal. And yeah, I'm so grateful. I'm so glad I did this. Thank you guys. If you want a psychic reading from me, is I have a website is www.sapphiresun.com. I provide mediumship and psychic readings, and I also provide some spells that I feel like I'm pretty good at. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Um, yeah, I hope I didn't offend anyone. And if you don't believe me, F off. Like I don't care. Well, thank you guys. Peace. Bye, guys.